Hi guys, welcome back to Talks with Timmy, channel update number 4. In today's video, we're going to quickly recap some of the previous videos and updates that we've made on the channel. And after today, we will have officially uploaded our 10th video up onto YouTube. Woohoo! But mainly, I wanted to go through some of the behind the scenes because just in the last week alone, I've managed to improve my editing and my video quality just tremendously, and I've got 3 programs and apps to thank for that. First one is Microsoft PowerPoint, the second one is KineMaster, and the third one is Screen Recorder. So those 3 programs have helped me reduce the time it takes for me to do my editing, and they've also helped me improve the quality of your experience on my channel. If you are someone who's been thinking about starting a YouTube channel or someone who's looking for easier ways to improve their editing process, make sure you subscribe to the video by clicking the little box in the bottom right hand corner below here, or the red box that's got the word subscribe in it. That way you can keep learning from my progress and the tricks that I use to make my channel what it is. Also, if you are someone who's been struggling with your YouTube channel or editing, I would really love to hear about your challenges and the solutions that you've come across. So please leave all your questions or solutions in the comment section. Now, if you are excited about how to improve your editing, I will show you how you can use PowerPoint, KineMaster, and Screen Recorder to make better quality videos. So stick around. This is just a screen recording that I did on my laptop. The microphone on my laptop's not that great, so I'm just doing a voiceover of the video. But essentially, this is the screen recorder that I was using, Wondershare by Filmora. You can find it on their website at filmorawondershare.com. And essentially you can just go download it for the screen share for both Windows and Mac. You can also buy their products. It gives you a few more options, but I just need a basic thing to show you guys what to do. Okay, so we're just going to quickly go into PowerPoint, and we're just going to do a basic template. You can create a different design. PowerPoint actually gives you some really cool stuff. So you could choose a couple of different designs here that just help you just make some really awesome stuff. I tend to just stick with the basic ones because I like to be super creative. So we're just going to do this a quick basic tutorial so that you guys can have an idea how to use your animations for your logos and brands. So here we're going to type logo for the first bit. This is where you're going to put your logo. We'll use the Algerian font, and we'll change that size to a 120 font. Yeah, there we go, nice and big. And then we're going to put here, using the font Aroni, your brand name. So your brand name is basically going to be the full name of your brand or logo. And you're going to make that a decent size, so font 50. So basically you want to be able to use the entire page of the slide, or use as much of the space that's given to you, and you also want to include a couple shapes if you want to help you do that. So I like to use the line tool because it just helps structure my picture a little bit better, my logo. It keeps it nice and professional. Here I'm just trying to figure out how to increase the width so it's more visible, and yeah, keep it nice and simple. I like to keep things pretty simple. Here you can also change the background if you want to take a look at it. So I'm basically just trying to look at the background. Oh yes, and change the color of your font, as most things in Microsoft can do. You do want to keep in mind that colors you have to choose something that is still going to be readable, especially if you're creating a new logo for yourself. So it looks like here I eventually decide on, I know what I was looking for. I was looking for the background tool to change the background. There we go. So I decided to go with the green, and then same thing for the brand name, just to keep it simple again. And now you notice here that it's used up the space in the slide, but there's still a bit of white, and the reason I've left it like that is because it creates a nice little frame, and you can see the little borders within the thing. So that way I'm still making use of the space within the slide. Okay, and also to make things a little bit more interesting, we can add shapes like this lightning bolt here. Okay, now we need to move on to the animations. So at the top there you can see the animations tab, and with animations this is where you can select different types of entrances. So you can go to more entrance effects to get more options, and you want to select a entrance animation for each of your texts or shapes. So notice what I do here. And then the lightning, you don't want it to go up, you still want to keep it pretty relevant. So like lightning comes down, so I was looking for something that would make it look like it's coming down. Here you can also change the duration of your animations. If you just go to the top there, you want to open the animation pane, and look, you might be playing some music in the background, so you do want to time your animation according to that particular music. So the first animation that ever pops up, so you can see on number 1, you do want that to start on the click so that it takes off on your cue. And then you can change the duration of the animation itself, so you can make it go faster, you can make it go slower. In this case I do want it to go a little bit of a fast pace. And make sure that your animations are also in the correct order, because there's nothing worse than having a logo go all over the place because you did not check your animation was going in the right order. You do want to time it again to your music, so please make those adjustments. One of the things that you notice I'm doing there is making sure that the following animations after that first cue is starts after the previous animation. So make sure that setting is in place, because then that way your animation will just flow without you having to cue every single animation within the PowerPoint. And the reason for that is because once you put it onto full screen, we will use a screen recorder to record your animation, and it just gets really annoying if you have to cue every single thing. You can still do that if you want to be a little bit more meticulous. I'm just not very reliable in my own set of timing, so I always make sure that everything is calculated beforehand. So now, this is where the screen recorder is, so you count to 3, 1, 2, 3, make sure your screen recorder is recording, and then you send the cue, and it goes a little bit, and it just automatically goes through that animation sequence for you. And then you count to 3 at the end, however long you want it. Stop your screen recording so you give yourself some space to do the editing later on in KineMaster, or whatever editing software you do. And then you just find your video in the folder that you've exported it to, or that your screen recorder has sent it to. I generally just copy and paste it straight onto my phone, so I can input it onto my editing program. Other people might use Dropbox, email, and Facebook Messenger after they've compressed the file. So that's basically how you can create an animation on PowerPoint. Very basically and very brief. If you do have any questions or know of any other tips, please put it in the comment section. Okay, so now I'm using a screen recorder app for my phone, which is called MobiZen. And as you've noticed right here, I am now in KineMaster, which is the video editing app I've been talking about. It is for free, so you can download it, but if you do want to unlock the full features and stuff and get rid of the watermark, you can pay if you'd like. As for me at the moment, I'm just trying it out for the next couple of months, and perhaps we'll be looking at buying the app full out so I can remove the watermark later on. But essentially, as you've noticed here, I've just edited or cut off the ends of the logo animation that we've just created in PowerPoint on my laptop, and so I've captured the part where we did the full slideshow, so it's just the full screen of the logo going through its animation sequence. And what we're going to do in here is I'm going to quickly play it and show you what you can do in KineMaster with it. So here it just plays through the app, and so I'm going to allow it to go for 10 seconds there. Yep, okay. And then on here you could just click on the app, scroll over to about 10-second mark, click the scissors and split it, playhead, and just delete that last bit over there. Alright, cool. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a few animations to it, or sound effects. So as that first animation came in, one of the cool things about KineMaster is you've got a whole section here. So if you click on audio, you've got a whole bunch of assets that you can use. So you've got music assets. These are some of my favorite tunes that I use for my videos, being in Japan. But you can access the full one by clicking on here, and you can access all these different music pieces and recordings that you can just add to your video. They're all royalty free. I just acknowledge them anyway to be safe from copyright and stuff. And if you do want the premium versions there, you do have to unlock the full app and pay for it. But that's okay. So for now, what does this one sound like? This sounds like normal park. Yeah, that's pretty slow, so we're not going to use that one. It is... Oh, okay, if you like your heavy beat, so we'll download that. Okay, and now it's installed, so now you can just go back to your music assets here, and what was it? This is me. Okay. And then we can just add it to the slideshow. So make sure it starts at the beginning and play through it. Okay, that's pretty cool. I kind of like that. So we're just going to trim it here at the end. Make sure it doesn't go over time. Okay, we can just pull that back. Make sure it just trims and stops at the end. Yep, cool. Alright, and now once you've got it over there, now we can actually add some sound effects as well. So same thing here, sound effects, you've got a whole sound effects library. I like these 3 things. Got some pretty cool stuff. This is kick a person, punch, punch body, punch metal, punch wall. But they don't seem to suit the sound that we want with animation currently. So we're going to go back into the sound effects store. In the asset stores, we go to sound effects, and we're going to check out some of the things here. Hand drill. Okay, it's pretty wussy. Okay, guitar harmonics. No. No. Okay, so some of these things have like 4 different versions. So what they do is they play the 4 different sounds. And the sound effects are actually pretty short. Once you've added them to your video. No. Okay, none of these seem to be suit the animation that we've created. Alright, so I'm just going to select one. I'm just going to go with Ambient Street. So I'm going to download Ambient Street. that out of the way, and what we'll do is we'll go to sound effects, ambient street. So we've got this one, or this one. I like the first one, so we add the first one in here. And we'll play it. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that. So even though there's a bit of a mixture, it doesn't seem to be interfering with each other very much. So we can keep that sound effect kind of going. And yeah, sometimes you can add more than one sound effect, especially if you're going through a sequence. So for example, if this wasn't going as fast as it was, you can add one sound effect to this first animation of your logo, a second sound effect for the line, third one for the lightning, and a fourth sound effect for your brand name. And then you can have some pretty cool animation. One thing that I stressed earlier about keeping your animation sequence of a decent length when you're screen recording it on your laptop or on PowerPoint is because in KineMaster you can also add different layers. So for example, if you get to this point here and you're creating an episode or want to add a bit of a theme to your video, you can go to layer and you can add text. So for example, I can say episode 1. Okay, so I can add a big text here. And then the good thing about this is that you can also do your own animations in KineMaster as well. So I haven't really bothered with making my logos on KineMaster because it can be a bit tricky, and I'm not that creative. So if I just want to add some quick edits to create themes and stuff for my videos, then I can just input my logo and then I can change the logo however I want to in KineMaster as I'm editing. So episode 1, we can go episode 1. And you've got all these things that you can play around with. I would suggest you just play around with, see what suits you, see what suits you, see things that you like, and you can also add in your own animations. There's not too many that you can deal with. This is kind of why I prefer PowerPoint, because PowerPoint offers you more options in terms of your animation entrances. But these ones are pretty good too, especially because you just want to keep it nice and simple and little quick things that you can just add to your things. So I like this one. This is my favorite one. So letter by letter, just add it in there. And then while the cursor or the slide is still over there, you can also add in an audio. And there's no typing one, so I like to use paper crumpling. So if we go back to the start again, we can now play it. And there you have it. So we can, yep. So now you've got yourself a cool animation sequence for your logo and your brand name with some even cool sound effects and little extra additions that you can add on KineMaster. And then you can do similar things, just for example, if I can add a media. Let's go to something that I've just captured recently. Go to movies. So we'll go to the, let's say, this recent one that I just took in the shops. So this one I took in the, this one's the one I took today at this festival. So you can just add this, and you can just add again a layer to tell people what it's all about. So I'll type in here, it's a festival. Festival, I can enlarge it. Make sure that your episode 1 just stays with your slide transition, so you can just make sure that that stays over there. And then you can add festival, you can add text. Again, you can change
change it however you, whatever suits you. So I like to sometimes add a background color because it makes it easier for people to read. I also tend to like animation sometimes. Not all the time, but at times it can create a little bit, make your video just a little bit more fancy. And also another cool thing about KineMaster is you can do the voiceover, which I did earlier on the PowerPoint. So this was the exact tool that I used. So with voiceover, you can just, it can't record currently because Mobizen's recording the screen and me talking, but basically as soon as you press start, it'll play the video and you can do the voiceover as you're watching your video playing on KineMaster. So there's some cool things and cool tricks that you can use on KineMaster. If you know of any other cool tricks, again, just comment in the video or comment below in the comment section. And if you still have any challenges or would like some tips yourselves, any other things that I did not cover, also leave that in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. It just makes some really good, interesting discussion.
So there you have it, guys. That's how you can create an animation on both PowerPoint and KineMaster using those simple tips and tricks. As you saw, the process is actually not that long. You will probably spend more time actually creating your logo and your brand name than you would with the animation. Now, if you guys want to see a little bit more behind the scenes stuff, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. I post very regularly, so I've left the links down in the description below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking the button in the bottom right hand corner or clicking the subscribe button in the red box. As I mentioned, this is our 10th video that'll be uploaded onto YouTube, so stay up to date, subscribe, and turn on your notifications for the next video. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.